Dear children, in the topic called nutrition and autotrophic nutrition and the process called photosynthesis, in that we are observing the relation between the factors and photosynthesis. So photosynthesis is related with four factors as we know: water, air, sunlight and chlorophyll. So first water relation we have seen by the great work of Van Helmont. Water is essential to increase plant mass. Now about the relation between air and photosynthesis. Generally if you see a plant body, a tree, we never feel that the air has a relation with plant. A plant is growing because air is invisible thing, gases are invisible. So we need to learn first thing what is air and gases. Air is a mixture of many gases. Air which is surrounding us contains number of gases like oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen. So many number of gases are combined to become air. So within the air, plant is using some parts into it, we know that is carbon dioxide, and plant is releasing something into the air and we know that is oxygen. But scientist doesn't know this until the experiments were done by a scientist called Priestley. The great scientist called Priestley, in the year 1770, he started doing some series of experiments to know the role, importance of air in growth of green plants. So for the growth of green plants, air is also useful. Air is also has an essential role. So here is an important question: who done the series of experiments to know the essential role of? Here you need to know essential role of air on growth of green plants. On growth of green plants is given by Priestley in year 1770 by doing a type of experiment called bell jar experiment. That is called bell jar experiment. By doing this bell jar experiments, he came to know that the air has an essential role in the growth of green plants. Let us see what is that role and what is the bell jar experiments now. Dear children, we are going through the bell jar experiment done by Joseph Priestley in year 1770. Here we can go with some important issues. Who done bell jar experiment? Joseph Priestley. In which year? 1770. What is the result came to know after conducting bell jar experiment? The essential role of air in the growth of green plants. So now let us see what is a bell jar. Bell jar is a glass container, a closed glass container. It is open on the bottom and it is, if it is closed on anyone, and it is a glass transparent container. When we close this bell jar on any item, it is a tightly closed an apparatus which doesn't allow any air particles to pass in or go out of it. So such a tight container and a transparent container to see what is happening inside, we use this bell jar generally for science experiments, something to keep inside without moving air in and out. So Priestley also taken this bell jar and started conducting some experiments. First he taken a burning candle. He kept a burning candle and closed it with a bell jar. After some time, the candle stopped its nature of burning. I think you know well. The answer is well known to you. You can say that when you close the bell jar on a burning candle, slowly oxygen supply reduced, so candle stopped burning. But dear children, by the time of 1770, there is no name called oxygen gas discovered in this world. So still oxygen gas is not discovered. So the people don't know, scientists don't know, say the important thing in the air, that is called oxygen, is present. But whenever he closes the bell jar and the candle stopped burning, continue to burn. Then there is a question, why it is not burning? Then he came to know something which is there in air, which makes candle to burn and which is not available. He don't know what it is. So something is present in air, invisible thing, which makes the objects to burn, continue to burn, which is not available. Later, he kept an actively moving rat. He kept an actively moving rat in this bell jar again. Again closed it with the bell jar to this actively moving rat. What happened? Rat moved for some time and got suffocated. Suffocated means it suffered to take breathing. So it suffocated and it died after some time. Again a question, why rat died? We can tell easily that oxygen is not supplied, but oxygen is not discovered by the time. So again Priestley came to a statement that for burning of any object or breathing of animals, there is a material needed which is present in air and which is invisible in nature. Later, in further series of experiments, he kept a small mint plant. He kept a small mint plant in this in this bell jar. A small potted mint plant he kept along with this burning candle and moving rat. So this is a number of series of experiments, first with burning objects, later with animals, active animals, now with the plant kept inside the same bell jar along with a burning candle and a moving rat. But here the result is different. Candle continues to burn and rat continues to be active without any suffocation, no breathing problem. Then he came to a conclusion that the materials needed for candle to burn and rat to breathe is supplied by the plant kept inside. So plant is giving something essential, important, which makes the candle to burn and rat to be active, continue its breathing. So he gave a statement, plants restore, they are adding the something into that bell jar which is using continuously by candle and rat. We know now we know that candle uses oxygen, rat uses oxygen, and the oxygen levels will decrease, which is restored by plant, which is regained, added by plant. The same thing, but oxygen name is not discovered by the time. But what the statement he gave, plants will restore the air, regain, re-add the air, which is used by burning candle and breathing animal. So this is an important statement given by the great scientist called Joseph Priestley. Plants restore the air. If a question is there, which air is restored by plant? Your answer must be oxygen, because they are using oxygen. Animal is also using oxygen, which is again restored and making them to be active and burning. So I'll write the statement later in this on this board, dear children. So this is a bell jar experiment. Came to know the importance of air in relation with burning objects and breathing animals and a plant.